Folks, have you noticed lately that, I don't know if you've noticed or not, but have you noticed lately that your debit card is no longer requiring a PIN number? Especially when you go to places like Walmart. No longer for certain amounts of money, just under a certain amount. I can't remember where the cutoff is, but now you can just swipe your debit card and no longer requires a PIN number. The danger in this is that that money goes right from your checking account. And I just recently called PayPal because I have a PayPal debit card, and they told me that this is up to the merchants. This is up to the processor and the merchant end, and they have no control over that. So basically, Walmart is so greedy now that if someone was to steal your debit card and walk up to the register and take your card and swipe it, they would be able to use your card with no stops, with no checks and balance, nothing to stop them. No PIN number required now. And I asked PayPal, I said, look, isn't there a way you guys can protect my card? And they said that is up to the merchants now. And really what they're saying is it's not up to the merchants. It is up to the merchants. I mean, the merchants have to agree to do it, but it's really the processors. It's really Visa, MasterCard, and these other credit card companies that are doing this. So I just wanted to let you know, if you have a debit card, be aware that someone may get a hold of that card and they can use your money in your checking account. The difference with a credit card is that it requires a signature to use the credit card, and someone can fraudulently sign your name or whatnot, but it's going to be fraud, right? It's going to show up as it's not your signature. And a lot of places now, they've got cameras and everything, right, where the credit cards are being processed, and they've got them over the ATMs and all that. But this is where the problem is. Someone can walk in with your debit card, and they can swipe it and use it, okay? And that money comes directly out of your checking account. Now, I asked PayPal, how am I protected? This is what they said to me. I don't know how true this is, but this is what they told me. They said, all you do is call us up, tell us that someone stole your card and is using your card. Whatever amount of money that they took out of your checking account, we will automatically reimburse you. That's what they told me. And I was talking to a supervisor in the credit card department at PayPal. And I said, you mean I don't have to jump through any hula hoops? You mean you're going to just automatically give me the money that was stole from me, and you're going to reissue me a card? She says, yes, that's exactly what we're going to do. I said, wouldn't it be easier to just put a PIN number in place so that someone that steals my card will have to use a PIN number to use the card? She goes, well, most merchants automatically request whether you want to use the card as a debit card or a credit card. I said, but when you go to Walmart, they don't require that, you one way or the other. It just automatically goes through now. And she goes, well, if it's a certain amount of money, merchants have the right to automatically take the money without asking you if you want to enter your PIN number. So, folks, I just want you to be aware of that. We're moving closer and closer and inching closer and closer right now to the mark of the beast, where all money and all currencies, everything's going to be replaced. It's coming because they're going to say that credit cards are not safe. They're going to say debit cards are not safe. They're going to say that money's not safe. It's all going to be in the name of whether you're safe or not, safety and security. And the answer to the whole thing is, if they wanted to make it safer, they could, right? These processors could keep the PIN in place, that it is required. Even go further than that, do a PIN and a signature if they wanted to, but they don't want to. The banks want to make it more unsafe. They want to make it insecure because they want to move towards a new system. And they can't do that as long as you and I think that we're safe with the current system. So to move away from that system, they've got to make you and I believe that it's not safe. So let me know in the comments if the same thing's happening to you when you process your debit card, it automatically goes through. I'd like to hear, I'd like to hear from you all. I think this is, without question, moving towards a cashless society.